NBC snubs a legend, and we say goodbye to a motorsports icon. Let's talk about it. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right, NBC in its Parade of the Roses that it basically shows on television before the Rose Bowl every single year. Well, this year NASCAR had a float in that Rose Bowl on which Rajah Caruth and Richard Petty rode. You can see that particular float here. You'll see the Dale Earnhardt car, a Jeff Gordon tribute car, and a Richard Petty tribute car. So, really good looking float, really cool. But NBC, a NASCAR partner that shows NASCAR races, basically snubbed them by not showing them during the actual coverage. Some regional channels and stations said that they saw it, or people that were watching the regional stuff said they saw it there. But on the big actual nationwide broadcast, it was not shown. So a lot of people are taking issue with this, and they kind of feel like NASCAR was snubbed here. So, I mean, make of that what you will. Okay, in other news, Kyle Larson and Kaitlyn Larson welcomed in a new baby boy. Cooper Larson is welcomed in to the world today, and Amanda Carter and Bubba Wallace tied the knot. They got married, and Anthony Alfredo also is engaged. So some NASCAR family news there. And that news about the NASCAR float, but I'm just going to be totally honest with you. I'm recording this right after the Buffalo Bills game, basically, and that sort of shook me up there. Prayers to Hamlin. Excuse me. Prayers go out to Damar Hamlin. I know this isn't really a football channel or anything like that, but if you're unaware, he collapsed on the football field, and so thoughts and prayers go out to him. Hopefully he makes it through whatever issue he's going through. And literally, as that was happening, I was scrolling through Twitter and sort of watching the TV at the same time, and I sort of almost at the same time came across the same news, which is why I'm wearing the Hoonigan hat and the Hoonigan t-shirt. We lost Ken Block. And for those of you who do not know who Ken Block is, Ken Block he founded DC Shoes, DC Apparel. He was a former rally racer, and so he had a good fan base from both of those things. But he also made a stunt driving video called Gymkhana, the Gymkhana series. You can look on Amazon, and they've got the Gymkhana files. And when he made that, he became one of the most ultimate motorsports ambassadors, probably the biggest name in motorsports for something like that since Evel Knievel. And those videos are really cool, and I was aware of him from the rally racing, but when I saw the Gymkhana files, and specifically when he started doing the Gymkhana drifting with the Hoonicorn, the Hoonicorn, the Ford Mustang that they built, that's just sort of when he was launched into my conscious, and I just became a really big fan of this guy. And like I said, he's just a really great ambassador for the sport. And I'm sorry, it's still not sinking in. There's not many people out there who I've never met, and then when they pass away, they affect me. The last two that I can remember would be Alan Kowicki and Davey Allison. I never realized how much I liked those guys, and then to have them ripped away, and it's sort of the same situation with Ken Block. Never knew how much I liked the guy, even though I've never met him. Just how much joy he brought to the world with his videos and things like that. Just a super good guy. He was teaching or showing his young daughter how to get into motorsports. Those were his most recent videos. He was teaching his daughter how to drag race in the Hoonicorn, and also teaching her how to drift and things like that. And they had a really cool series going. And actually his last post on Instagram was promoting his daughter's video, which will come out as this video airs. It'll come out this morning before this video that I'm making comes out. But it caught me off guard. It's just sort of surreal. And I just don't really know what to say other than that. I guess it's technically not NASCAR news, but it is motorsports news. If you follow motorsports in general, you know who Ken Block is. And I just wanted to give my condolences to the Hoonigan family and the Block family. And I guess I just, instead of commenting on the NASCAR stuff, you can comment on the NASCAR stuff below if you want to. But what I'd like to ask you guys to do is, if you're a Ken Block fan, what is your favorite memory of Ken Block? Leave that down below in the comments, and I'll tell you my favorite, or one of my favorites at least, was when I first saw that Mustang Unicorn that he rolled out, and I was like, man, that thing is a work of art. It's absolutely beautiful. And then he got out there and absolutely leaned on it and started ripping with it. I was like, man, that's so cool. Like, he built this really awesome car, and most of the time when somebody builds a really awesome car like that, they make it a show car, but he went out there and just was like ripping and having fun in it, and I was like, that's my kind of guy. And that's when I became like a massive Ken Block fan. So that's how I wanted to end this one. Sorry if I rambled. I'm sure I did. But rough night. 2023 is not off to a good start. So that's all I've got to say about this one. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.